We're now going to look at conversions in the metric system, and we need this for when we do area and perimeter in geometry. These conversions you have to know off by heart. You will not be given factor tables or anything like that. So the first thing we're going to do, we are going to remember the mnemonic, King Henry died a miserable death called measles. So K for kilometers, hectameters, decameters, meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. Right, the ones that we use are kilometers, meters, centimeters, and millimeters. These others, the hecta and decameters, decimeters, are all placeholders. An easy way to remember how this operates is to think of it, if I had to look at my ruler and I move this way along my ruler, my numbers are getting bigger. So bigger means multiply. So when I go in this direction in my conversions, I am going to multiply by 10 for each of these placeholders. So each of these is a placeholder multiplied by 10. When I look at my ruler going this way, my numbers get smaller, and therefore I'm going to divide, because when I divide I get smaller. These rules, bigger and smaller, only work for whole numbers, but that's what we will use in order to help us remember and operate within the metric system. Let's have a look at the examples. What you need to remember as well, before we go on to that, convert as far as possible, convert before calculating. That's a very good tip I'm giving you, especially when we are working with area, because then we are changing square units. So it would be easier to convert before calculating. Let's have a look here. So we have to convert 5,68 kilometers to centimeters. So the first thing I would do, I've already put it here for you. King Henry died miserable death called measles. This should have actually been small letter M. Right, so I look and I see I am going from kilometers to centimeters, kilometers to centimeters. I'm going in that direction, so I'm going to multiply. I like to call these little bunny hops. So how many hops do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bunny hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put a 1 in front, so I'm going to say 5,68 multiplied by 100,000. And that would be, we could also do it like this, 5,68. I could add a whole lot of zeros onto here, which doesn't change the value of my number. And I've got to move my decimal. Actually, the digits are moving and not the decimal comma, but 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be my conversion. It would be 568,000 centimeters. Do not forget your units. You will lose a mark in a test or an exam if you forget your units. Right, let's look at the next one. Convert 2,145 millimeters to meters. Here are my millimeters. I am changing to meters. When I go this way, I have to divide. How many bunny hops? Well, it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I put a 1 in front, so I'm going to take 2,145 and I'm going to divide it by 1,000. 1, 2, 3. I could do it like that, or I could do it on my calculator, so that would be 2,145. Do not forget your units. Meters. These are quite straightforward. Now the problem arises when we are converting square units. So we start off in the same way. We have a look. We're going centimeters to meters. So I'm going centimeters to meters. I am going to divide by 1, 2 bunny hops. 1, 2. I put a 1 in front. So I'm dividing by 100. But no, that is not the case. I have got centimeter squared to meter squared. So I must divide by 100 squared, which is 100 times 100, which equals 10,000. So I've got to say 81,964 divided by 10,000. And remember, I could have just gone 1, 2, 3, 4 bunny hops. So that would be 8,1946 meters squared. So this is why I'm saying when we do area, our units are squared, so therefore it would be far better to convert before you calculate. But more about that when we do our area and perimeter problems. For more practice on this, Chapter 4, Exercise 4.1. There is no test your understanding. This exercise serves as a test your understanding.